are alive. Demon of fallen seen. Living world of darkness. War of wrath. I've been doing some of these. Quite tasty. It's near the end of the war now. After the great battle. After the great reveal and the arrival of the Malachim. We set our scene now in a place, a sanctuary it's called, named after the House of the Dead. Halaku have constructed a potential second world for the fallen and the rebels to live in. Two universes, one ruled by God and one ruled by Lucifer himself. One of the strongest bastions in Sanctuary is a place called Pandemonium. It is a place of white-hulled splendor, set amidst the mists and clouds of the realm itself. It is a realm of the dead. Population, all the people that have died in the war so far. The reason we set our scene today at this point is because a convocation was called by the de facto leader of the Sanctuary Project, Charon. He called his members to him, the ones that are committed to this project, and said a few words towards them, which were ill received by his followers. These words were that he was called upon to face one of the hosts in a duel of ideas, a newly created angel, a power that has been said to rival Lucifer himself. This nameless angel claimed dominion over Charon's realm, and ere the end will take it from him. Battle and contest of wills and spiritual energies followed, and the scythe of office that Charon bore since the beginning of the fall that allow him to shape the world as it is was split and shattered asunder through the power and the hatred of this unknown angel. There was a much cry and bedlam after this was said. Charon now has diminished and weakened by this, has also declared his departure from the Sanctuary Project and his exploration of the world that they have created. He no longer expects to see any of the fallen or interfere with any of the politics of the war at this point. Lucifer has yet to be informed of this, but that will be dealt with accordingly. The meeting is summarily closed, and one of the committed fallen reaches Charon in his private study.
Meridan, also known as the Keeper of Memories, reaches out for his door to knock and wait to be received.
The door opens with a silent creak, and in stark contrast to the beautiful white walls and stone floors of this construct, you see a diminished and dishevelled Charon. He has discarded all nobility of his form. The noble angel with the black raven wings that you remember, and his office and his scythe have been cast aside. He is now nothing but a mere fragment, a mere shell of what he was. A skeleton, as you can see in this picture. Welcome.
My lord, you truly intend to retreat?
I have been bettered in combat with a nameless one, and I suspect that my task now lies with the pilgrimage rather than leading you.
How great was this foe? Is there... The rumors say it is more powerful than the morning star. Are these true?
More powerful to a degree, yes. This one with no weapon, just force of will alone, was able to shatter my scythe of office. As you know, that scythe was my essence and my station. Even Lucifer has managed to do that.
I see. Then I worry. I worry what might become of all of us, including you, my lord.
It appears our destiny is being rewritten as we speak. But we know that the inclusion of the Malhim into the war would be a turning point for the worst. They appear to be the epitome of evil, and even the depredations of the Charon and the Hall of Travesties and the Nightmare Child have nothing upon these creatures, these creations of the host. And these four new beings that have been created to fight us as captains are something other than what we have ever seen or have foresworn.
What if we were to stand up against the one who shattered your side of office as a legion, as a whole, and reclaim your scythe?
I think that would be noble in all aspect, but the nobility of our task is for the completion of sanctuary, not restoring faith and vanity to one of its leaders. However, these one that fought me, he wishes dominion over this realm, dominion on the ending of all life. And although we have names of nobility given to us by Father, I believe we shall name these four. The one I fought bears semblance very much like my own now, and wears it with pride, surrounded by his black-winged Malhim. I'll name him Death, the destroyer of worlds. And I think our legion would fall if we went against him.
And he wishes the control over this domain, over sanctuary itself. This must not be. We created this place as a place of safety.
I know. But maybe he only wishes dominion over the end of life and not of sanctuary itself. We have yet to believe that the host know of this place and of our great plan. They are more preoccupied with Lucifer's plan of the Babel project at this point.
Still, it might be wiser to already assume they might know, or even know already, so we might be able to prepare ourselves.
And what would you have us do then?
Reinforce the barrier, set up watches, even though we already have these high entry points.
It's nice to see that you still have faith, Mirrodin. I have none. It seems a folly to us, to myself, to expend our energies protecting something that might very well fall. Maybe different wisdom can be had if we leave this place. I do not know anymore.
I see. Wherever your journey may take us, may take you, I wish you the best of luck.
I you. For if I am honest, I think I'm taking the coward's way out. And you have the noble task to go. I will leave these words with you, though, as best as I can. There will be a void on my departure, and I'm sure lesser members of the Fallen who have different ideas and directions about this house will try and attempt to take it. So I leave it to wiser minds of greater clarity and forethought to take control of this project. However, I will say the shards taken from my scythe have the power to end an angel. And this could be fashioned into a weapon for the Fall. And if that's so, then they will become more fearsome and powerful, able to destroy Lucifer with a swift stroke. For this scythe, this power, which many people do not understand or do not choose to believe that I had in this possession, has a power to prevent mortals and immortal alike from entering this realm, from being unmade in parity and not recycled into a host or turning up into this realm as one of the dead.
And truly that proves my point even more, that we must search for the fragments, even for if they've already been made weapons. If our defeat is truly unavoidable, then we should at least secure those weapons so that they may never be used again.
I'll leave that task to you. I don't think that I am suitable enough a leader for that task.
I'm honored.
Don't be. As for our future and our destiny, only the ones that see all and can see the future will have an ability to speak with any kind of license or authority on that. Maybe you can speak to one of them.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
This world is changing. And what once was strong now proves unsure. Perhaps this is the end for all of us.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Perhaps it will. Too many ifs.
Too many
Well,
possibilities in darkness.
yes.
Okay, Mirrodin. So you seem to be one of the younger of this organization and still have any hope left. Then the task to defense of this place I shall leave to you. I may return for one last fight if this place is compromised. However, my journey now lies a different path. Do you think you will be able to do this? It appears we have a communication problem. How annoying. In the realms of the underworld, unfortunately, there's no such thing as a stable internet connection, it seems. So I should fill for time. Still haven't got a clue what to say though. This realm, a great project as it was, given to the Legion of the Damned, or the Dead, was to be built a second realm where the fallen rebellion can live in peace. And we have our main player back. Excellent.
Huzzah! Apologies.
That's quite alright. You appear to all be black though. Your face, there you go.
Yes. Well,
It will suffice as dark as the mood is at this point anyway. What was the last bit that you caught?
the last bit was Charon giving over the responsibility of protecting this place to Mirrodin, and then he responded with, "I shall do everything I can to keep this place safe."
Charon's last message would be at that point that if this place is assailed, then Charon himself may return briefly to fight in that battle. However, his destiny now lies somewhere else, and it'd be up to you now and one of your kind in order to make the decisions for the house and the project now.
No pressure.
Yep.
Very well. And with that, Mirrodin will simply say, "And I wish you all the best on finding your destiny, your new destiny."
And are you? Leave me to my thoughts, please, Mirrodin. And you have a great deal yet to organise. And I'm sorry that it has come to this.
And we may or may not meet again. With that, Mirrodin will leave Charon's office.
And Charon will be left to his deliberation. And it is the door slamming behind you that wakes you from your sleep. It was a metro train that you said, wasn't it, that you take?
Yeah.
You're awoken to the sound of sort of American accented voice coming over a tannoy, explaining that it's people should stay clear of the doors and be careful of the gap. Mind the gap. There's the average people that are sort of hanging around the usual sort of elderly couple and the unemployed people and the kids and it's for people that are commuting to a late work shift that you see as you're on your way home from school with your sort of bag or laptop as is, and you wake as if having one of those with a sinking feeling in your stomach after just witnessing that dream.
Mm. Oh shit! As Daniel will jump up because this is a stop. Mm.
It's a pain in the ass that you've woken up at this time, as the stop itself is departed. The doors are closing, not just opening, and you miss the stop, which is a pain. Since it's another 10 minutes, it's another 10 minutes or so before the next stop, and then you have to catch the conjoining train back.
That sucks.
There's an old lady smiling and eyeing you up and she's like clutching her bag to herself, and she was minding her own business until a moment, and she's just smiling at you. It's like, don't worry, dearie, it's only 10 minutes wait.
I know. It's just. What I mean, it wouldn't be bad if I woke up during the ride to the next day, but I woke up just after I missed this one.
I completely agree. I saw you there and wondered if what stop you were going to land on, but you were sleeping. Yeah, it's such a calm and peace face. It's like a little angel.
Thank you. I thanks. And he's gonna sit back down.
She'll rush around in her sort of in her little sort of like a bag, and she'll fetch out so like you hear some crinkling, and she'll pull out like a bag of jelly babies, and she'll offer you one.
Yep. Thank you. Yes, I like one.
Yes, it's no trouble. It's no trouble, dear. It's no trouble. Lord says I'm being blessed with good fortune and millions of grandkids, it seems. So I always have sweets on supply.
Really?
Yes, no, yeah, really. I am truly blessed.
And may your blessings continue in true days. As he stretches out and just kind of rubs the sleep out of his eyes.
So this larger dude that comes over, he's sort of standing there with his like almost like a check shirt over. It's a big beard, smelling slightly off, sort of yellowed teeth a bit, and he'll come over and he'll eye you both up, and she'll like eye him up, and she'll offer him a jelly baby, and she'll just take it and be, thank you, sister, thank you. In his sort of like a slightly uneducated American accent that he pulls off, and like so like a businessman and two kids sort of like having a chat and conversation. They all seem to have a sort of keep an eye on the things going on. The two kids are like, ooh, sweets, and it doesn't take too long before the old lady sort of picks up that those two kids are interested and shakes a bag of sweets at them and things like that. So there's like 4 or 5 people hanging around you now. It's like, can you be any more awkward on a metro station, or like all having a conversation and all having an eating?
Gods.
The old lady will turn around and she'll say to you, it's like, so, forgive me for being so nosy. Are you, yeah, what are you studying to be? You look like you're hard at it. She points to the books that you're carrying and things.
I'm studying neurosurgery.
I see. That's a pretty good thing to do. You're going to be saving lives with that.
Yes, I hope to help a lot of people. But it's kind of tiring at times.
Well, I used to be a librarian in my day, and it's a noble profession. But nowadays, all these newfangled computers, I just seem to be a bookkeeper. The face changes. You wouldn't happen to know anybody called bookkeeper, would you?
Mm, uh, I can't remember on the top of my head.
It's a pity. It was a noble profession a long time ago.
Hmm. Well, providing somebody with knowledge is always a very good thing. Yes.
The sort of man with the yellow teeth and the sort of check shirt will sort of turn around to you as well and go, I completely agree. And I think we should look after all the bookkeepers in this world and the next.
Hmm.
Because they are men and women of great faculty and responsibility. Should say even leaders in their own realm. If you want to make a perception plus awareness roll, you may.
Right, noodles. Or shits and giggles, I will burn a willpower point.
Okay.
This is my specialty in being insightful count here.
I think you will be able to pick up the fact that their voice timbre and their accent changes. There's something very wrong here.
And then he will rub the bridge of his nose one more time, yawn one more time, and then take a proper look at his surroundings.
It is a metro train. It doesn't appear to have anything else untoward apart from these 4 or 5 people that are crowding around this old lady now having a conversation and staring at you intently. It's about 4 or 5 minutes before your next stop.
And Daniel will simply look at all the people and just ask, is there something on my face?
Not at all, my dear, not at all, says the old lady. We just hope that perhaps you could do us a small favour, or do me a small favour, in exchange for the jelly bean, the jelly baby.
Not, if it's something I can help with, maybe.
I think so. A herald will come. He'll come to speak to that noble profession, the bookkeeper.
Harold.
And I hope that the bookkeeper will receive the herald well.
Who is this Harold you speak of?
He's one. Well, let's just say that he was good in his time, and it will not be here in New York that he'll come to visit.
Hmm.
Yeah, we are, after all, are going to be neighbours, and it'd be nice to be neighbourly. You come with a proposition for an alliance.
Alliance.
Indeed.
Might I ask something? If one would come with the request for an alliance, one would introduce themselves, right?
In time.
Hmm.
We don't want to queer our pitch, as they say.
And yet you seem to know who you're talking to. He just says with a face that just says pout.
Do you say that, or you just pout at this old lady?
He just pouts.
Let's just say, as it is, as it shall be. Then maybe we have a lot in common. And, as you may or may not know, in the realms of the bookkeeper, a new power is rising. And let us hope that we can come to some kind of accord. We won't want any other parties queering our pitch, as you say, or causing problems.
Why am I always the messenger boy? Why am I always the messenger boy? Alliance, Harold, and he looks to the people, all the people that are standing here. Are the kids looking at him as well?
Oh yes, two kids, an old lady, and a man are looking at you intently.
I swear, do I have something on my face? It's rude to stare at people.
The old lady taps you on the shoulder. There, my dear, don't worry. You remember, trust in the light of the Lord, and things will turn out for the best.
Pout. I think this is my stop. So, and he's going to stand up slowly and check how they're reacting.
They stand up and the old lady will still remain seated. The man will sort of be eyeing you, as will the kids, as you stand up. Even though when the train is still moving, it's still about 2 or 3 minutes, or still 1 or 2 minutes left before the stop ends. It is okay. There's going to be no trouble here. I'm sure we can work together the way we were before.
I'm quite sure I just get very creeped out with all of you staring at me, and I'd rather not have that. So I'm going to move over there.
I see. So the old lady starts to, she sort of gets up herself. So I wish you well, and I hope that we can speak again soon. As for ourselves, there is a song. She starts humming something. And the little kid starts like almost chanting. Our God is an awesome God who reigns in heaven and earth with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. And then it's sort of cut out by the tannoid voice reporting that you're arriving at your next station. and they start picking up the chant, and it starts to become melodic and turns into more of a song as the doors open.
Daniel will just move out with one of those okay looks in his eyes, and then he turns back one more time, and then turns and then walks out of the metro.
As
Like,
you as you turn to look at them one more time, they're all like, "Our God is an awesome God who reigns," and then they stop singing. And they all look at each other sheepishly. The old lady looks at herself like, why the fuck am I standing up? The guy looks at himself as, why am I hanging around with an old lady? And the two kids are like, why are we standing up in the middle of the aisle looking at these two creepy guys, these two creepy people? They all look rather sheepish because they all just got caught in conversation. But it appears from their faces that they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And then the doors to the metro close and the train departs.
wow. Daniel thinks to himself, that was not creepy at all. And he walks to the other train back to his dorm.
And with that, we shall end our scene.